In a poor crowded neighborhood lives Chanda Sahai, a poor single mother who works hard every day to provide for her daughter. On the contrary, her daughter Appu doesn't see her mother's efforts. She's lazy and lacks the ability to dream. She doesn't have any ambition at all. The only desire she can think of is having her name start with a Z so she can go to school 10 minutes late. On the first day of school in her 10th grade, she arrived late. And as usual, she was grounded with her friends, who are dreamless just like her. They spend their day having fun playing all the time. While she was wasting time and money carelessly, Chanda was having her regular day. She works as a maid for a well-known doctor. They are friends and Chanda entrusts her with all her worries. Then, she goes to multiple part-time jobs, making her worn out when she arrives home. Her dream is to see Appu become a doctor or an engineer. However, she can't afford sending her to college. So she tried to ask Appu what she aspires to be. Whatever it is, she will work hard to make it come true for her. But Appu shocked her by saying she's going to be a maid. She believes that doctors' kids will be doctors and maids' kids will be maids. Chanda got mad at her, saying she isn't cleaning and working day and night so that her daughter's dreams to be a maid. She told Appu that she will never let her be like her, no matter what. The next day, Chanda went to the doctor's house and told her what happened. The doctor advised her that Appu must pass 10th grade at any cost because most people drop their education when they fail it. To help her, the doctor recommended that Appu should take private lessons in math, as it is the only obstacle facing her, and she will talk to the teacher herself to give Chanda a discount. The teacher agreed, but only if Appu passes her semester exams with at least 50%. However, Chanda knows that her daughter is stubborn and that won't be easy, as she's holding on to her dream of becoming a maid so bad. Again, Chanda went to the doctor, frustrated that she can't do anything for her daughter, until the doctor gave her a brilliant yet embarrassing idea. She told her to go to school again, to be able to teach Appu herself. Of course, Chanda refused the idea, saying that she's too old for it, it's going to be humiliating, it will cost her more money, and her work will be affected. She used every excuse to say no. However, the doctor kept nagging her into agreeing, for the sake of her daughter. When Chanda finally agreed, the doctor offered her a more risky idea. She should join her daughter's school, to be able to know her struggles, and help her even better. Chanda believed Appu would kill her for this, but she gave it a try, and went with the doctor to apply for the same class. The principal found it very weird that they want to join this school in particular, and offered them to join a school of her age, until Chanda told him that she's joining this school for her daughter. She assured him that no one will know about it. The principal respected her sentiments and agreed after the doctor pressured him. When Chanda went home and told Appu the truth, she was enraged that the whole school will mock her and begged Chanda not to go, saying she will study even harder. Chanda almost believed her and was about to give up on the idea. However, she found that her daughter was lying and wasting time again. This was officially the beginning of the challenge. The next day, Chanda went to school as the new student in the class. The principal introduced her, and he's the one teaching math to this class. Chanda was met with staring, laughing, and lots of bullying for her age, but she persisted. Can't say the same about Appu. She was embarrassed that anyone could find out. The struggle of Chanda with math started, and she knew it's going to be a tough long ride. Lucky for her, she was sitting beside the nerd of the class, and asked him to help her understand math. He started teaching her math using everyday problems, and she was practicing and getting better every day, even answering hard equations in front of the whole class, gaining their admiration for her efforts. The kids got inspired by her and were gathering around her all day to learn more and more. Even Appu's friends were mesmerized by her attitude. All of this made Appu jealous that Chanda got the attention and stole her friends. These feelings kept building up inside her until Chanda scored a good mark in her exam, while Appu failed, seeing everyone laughing at her. Appu got all her anger out and blamed Chanda for everything, saying that if she hadn't come to her school, her life would have been way better. She even reminded Chanda that she's just a maid, and she can easily score more than her. So Chanda made a deal with her. If she scored more than her in the next exam, she will quit school. The challenge was intense. Both of them were focusing on their studies like crazy, and Appu turned to the nerd to help her in math too. The competition between them at home escalated, with both of them talking math all day in any situation. Chanda was happy seeing her daughter working hard. Still, she didn't know which college she could afford, until one day, she was almost killed in a car accident. Fortunately, she was fine, and the one in the car was the collector, a high government official. Once she saw him being so nice and checking if she was okay, she wanted to know what college could graduate collectors. She found his address and went to meet him. The security refused to let her in, so she kept coming every day and fought with them until the collector heard the fight and let her in easily. Once he knew that she's doing all of that for her daughter, he told her that being a collector doesn't cost much. She can get to any college she wants. It only requires hard work. He had to study for 1 year alone to pass the exams because he couldn't afford private lessons. Hearing that, Chanda had high hopes for Appu and believed that one day she can have this position. Finally, the day they had been waiting for has come. Both of them answered as much as they could until time was out. The next day, the grades were out and Appu scored higher than Chanda. That made Chanda so proud that she wanted to have a party to celebrate the moment once they got home and told Appu that she will quit school immediately. However, Appu told her that she did this only to win the challenge and get rid of her, but she still doesn't plan to go to college. Chanda was heartbroken. Seeing all her efforts had gone in vain, she skipped school and started working again. But she couldn't accept defeat. The next day, she went back to school to continue her studies, making Appu mad. But she couldn't care less. She decided to get better marks next exam and took on more jobs. She nailed it. She scored higher, while Appu failed. To get back at her, Appu stole all the money Chanda had been saving for her and spent it all to have fun with her friends. When she came home and Chanda saw her in a new outfit and happy, she knew the money was all gone. She lost her temper. The saving of 3 months were wasted in one day. Chanda gave up. She skipped school and started working again to compensate for the money they lost. As for Appu, she was depressed after what she did, but still had no hope at all. Until the narrator took her to see her mother working in the worst conditions ever. Filled with guilt and regret, Appu went home, waiting for her mother. Then she apologized for everything and asked Chanda to stop working at that horrible place. As for the money, they will find another way to earn it together. Then she asked her to come back to school because she wants her mother to succeed too. Chanda happily agreed. The next day, one of the teachers scolded Chanda for skipping school for many days. For the first time, Appu defended her, revealing that she's her daughter in front of the whole class, showing how her mother sacrificed so much for her. This made the teacher shut up, and Chanda was very proud. Finally, they started their education journey as a mother and her daughter. Both of them passed and started spending so much time together. Years later, Appu passed all the exams and applied to join the civil service, inspired by Chanda, who teaches math for free to poor kids. And she was definitely accepted, fulfilling Chanda's dream.